Coach, reloading doesn't begin to cover it when you think about the 2018 season. You're returning a bunch of your top scorers from last season, and coming off of a season where it seemed like it ended early. When you're looking back at that quarterfinals against St. Mary's, it seemed like that should have went a little bit longer. But
definitely.
What are your thoughts heading into the season initially?
Well, our thoughts, first of all, from our staff perspective, is very optimistic with, like you mentioned, the returning players that we have. We feel like we're really, really deep this year. We had 40 kids show up for camp, and we're trying to work our way through it, and it's going to be some hard choices because we feel like we have some very, very good returning players, some good junior college transfers, and some good freshmen. So this is going to be one of our deepest teams in a long time, that's for sure.
You mentioned transfers and new players. You look at this 28-man roster you have going in, and nearly half of those players, 12 to be exact, are on this 2018 campaign squad. Is there any adjustments that need to be made, if any, heading into this season?
Well, I think probably the biggest adjustment is just getting the old players to gel with the new players as quick as possible and get them to accept them and realize they're all on the same team and pulling in the same direction. Make sure there's no cliques that have developed and things like that. So I think that's the first thing, is just man management and getting the group to become one as quick as possible. The other thing is, it did kind of end prematurely with the 2 knee injuries in the quarterfinal and us missing that penalty. And I'm convinced if we make the penalty, we win the game easily that night. But just trying to get everybody on the same page as quick as possible, and get through preseason with the minimum amount of injuries, and hopefully so we can start the campaign as fresh and ready to go, and everybody on the same page, I think, is really critical.
Coach, heading into this preseason and then eventually into the season, obviously the biggest thing in preseason is you guys want to make sure that you're well prepared in the 2018 campaign, like you're mentioning. What are some names that you look to see improve throughout this preseason? Now, I know you mentioned their lead top scorers, but is there anyone else besides those top scorers?
Well, definitely. We have Liam Doyle, who's a true freshman from England. We expect him to do big things for us. We have Maurice, who's a freshman from France. We expect good things from him. He's done really well. Both of those kids have done really well the first 2 days of preseason. Lewis is a transfer, so we're expecting big things from him. He's doing really good things. Harry McGrath, who's a true freshman, still isn't here yet. We're expecting big things from him. So from some of the new kids, those are things that we're expecting. Some from the returning players. Cal Bryan. He had a good game yesterday down in over in Albuquerque. He's doing well. We need him to do well. Sean Ryan, we need him to continue to improve. Cullen Burgel, goalkeeper, we need him to continue to improve as well. To put the heat on Alex, and so and then you have there's always going to be one or two surprises. Julio Hernandez, who's a transfer from Rose College, has had 2 really, really good days of camp, and a little bit of a surprise, and he's doing very well. And so overall, we're excited what we see, and we just want to make sure that we manage the work rate and the rest right, and so we're really fresh when we got to go to New Mexico to play.
Coach, other than, of course, trying to win the Heartland Conference Championship, what is at least one goal you would like to see accomplished in this?
Our goal, our first major goal is to get back in the NCAA. It's been a few years, and we feel like we had to kind of turn the roster over a couple years ago and kind of redo some things, and we think we're definitely back on the right path in terms of our recruitment and our kids doing well in class and GPAs and all those things, and so I'll definitely get back into the NCAAs and make a deep run into that. We think we got the squad that's capable of doing that, that's for sure.
Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
Oh, just can you turn the heat down a little bit? That'd be nice. We're excited. It's really our first full day, and we're excited to get after it. And you and Tyson can keep ordering this cloud cover. Will be great.